Hello there everyone, my name is Midori Overwatch and welcome to a brand new video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different as we are actually going to be making a tier list. But this isn't going to be any tier list, this is going to be a tier list based off of how much I like you based off of your main. Now do keep in mind that this is just based off of my personal opinion, it's no real criteria, just basically how much I like you, having you on my team, how much I like fighting against you, so on and so forth. So if you get triggered, I am not sorry, these are just my opinions, and yeah, if you get offended, this most likely applies to you. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and yeah, try not to get butthurt. Now, one thing I've learned about Adam Warlock is that he actually has a really high LGBTQ player base. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've ran into multiple gay people playing Adam Warlock, which honestly, I think is kind of funny because, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what it is. There's just so many gay people that just like Adam Warlock. I mean, I respect it, I guess. Anyways, Adam Warlock is a pretty inoffensive hero. This hero could have easily been one of the most toxic heroes in the game if they decided to give him Overwatch 1 Mercy's res, but in this game he's not nearly as annoying. I don't really have a problem with him. He's usually just fine. So as a whole, I'm going to put him in B tier. Oh, Black Panther, my beloved. I absolutely love Black Panther. He is one of my mains, and I think he's one of the coolest and sickest characters in the game, especially since my GOAT GS Raider plays him. I love Black Panther, and I love getting him on my team. Even if we're going up against a Penny or a Namor, then that just gives me an excuse to go Magneto and just constantly peel him and pocket him like a good little bitch, because Black Panther is the king, and I will do anything for the king. And I also love going up against a Black Panther myself, because then that just gives me an excuse to go Penny. And yeah, really no red flags with this character. I will give him an S tier. Would indeed, Esex. Black Widow. I still remember when this character was first announced and me shitting my pants and getting ready to rage over the fact that they added a hit scan sniper in this game. But thankfully the devs did reveal that she doesn't have the potential to one-tap people, and as of right now she is pretty balanced. However, since I used to play Overwatch and I used to deal with Widowmaker all the fucking time, I still hold a grudge for that. So I am going to let my PTSD be biased and put this character in D tier. Now, Bruce Banner is a tank that is incredibly strong and honestly kind of broken. However, this character also requires a lot of skill and is really only strong if you're good with him and you don't know how to feed your brains off. So I salute you, Incredible Hulk mains, for doing incredibly well with him, because very rarely do I run into a bad Hulk, because a lot of the bad players just don't find him fun for whatever reason. So overall, it's always a blast to get a Hulk on my team, because 9 times out of 10, they know what they're doing, and I really enjoy having him on my team. So I'm going to put you guys in A tier. Cloak and Dagger. Now, this is a hero that pretty much resembles Mercy mains. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if every single Mercy main from Overwatch played Cloak and Dagger, because when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You don't have to aim in order to heal, and on top of that, you can swap to Dagger, which is just like when Mercy mains used to swap to Moira back in Overwatch. And not to mention, most of you guys have huge egos, and you're also pretty much just pick-me e-girls who will just suck off your hit-scanned boyfriend constantly. And it's like, I'm glad they made a character for people with no lives to be able to play. That was very thoughtful of them, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in C tier. Alright, so next up we have Captain America. I bet you guys think it's so fucking funny to just constantly go after a support no matter what the circumstance is. I swear to God, like every fucking time you guys go in the backline, you just constantly harass your supports. It's like trying to swat a fucking fly. Like, bro, why can't you just leave me alone? C tier. If you play Doctor Strange, I seriously just want to commend you for your services and thank you so much for actually being smart and picking up this brain dead, easy tank. No, but seriously though, Strange is one of the coolest tanks in the game, despite the fact that he's arguably the strongest tank in the game and has been since launch. And as a whole, Strange mains are just Giga Chads, and even though it is pretty annoying whenever I get Eye of Agamotto, I don't care. I still love Doctor Strange. And I wish he'd bring that whip to me every single time we get into bed together. S tier. I am Groot? Yeah, more like you are a pain in the ass. And if you play this character, you are fatherless. No, but seriously though, maybe I'm just bad, but it feels like Groot is fucking unkillable sometimes. Like the amount of times I get close to killing this character, and then he would just build a fucking wall to cover himself, so that way he can just run back to his supports and get healed. It's like fighting fucking Orisa from Overwatch. It's so annoying. And not only that, it's equally as frustrating to get hunted down by a Groot, because then he can just put walls behind me and fucking kill me for it. Like, seriously, it's so aggravating fighting this character. D tier. Oh my god, you motherfuckers gave me so much fucking hell during Season 0 of this game. Oh my god, go fuck yourselves. Easy D tier. I'm just gonna straight up admit it, any sniper slash hit scan player is not gonna be ranked any higher than C tier. I am sorry, you guys make playing support so fucking hell, because anytime you don't get fucking pocketed, you just like to throw a fit and cry and say slurs in match chat. Like, oh my gosh, it is so annoying. As for Hela players specifically, Hela players most likely don't enjoy playing Hela and only play her because of the fact that she's been a top tier character since day one. Like, seriously, this character is so fucking easy and so fucking boring. Yet Hela players have such huge egos despite this character requiring the IQ of a newborn in order to be able to play. D tier. Now, Iron Fist is insanely easy to counter. He's probably one of the most easy to counter heroes in the entire game, since you can just have a Namor, a Penny, or go triple support, and this character is essentially just dead weight. Therefore, it gets really tilting to have a Iron Fist on your team, especially if they're a one-trick, which Iron Fist seems to have such a huge one-trick player base, despite the fact that he's been such a shit hero since day one. And also another thing too is that Iron Fist mains just love to compare my support's healing to the enemy support's healing, no matter what the circumstances and no matter how bad their KD is. And it's just like, no fucking shit the enemy team's gonna have more healing than you are, because the enemy team has a actual frontliner and a DPS that doesn't manage to have 20 fucking deaths on average. Really, the only thing that saves Iron Fist from getting an F tier for me is the fact that I absolutely love going against Iron Fist, because then I can just go Penny and completely render him useless. So he's gonna get a D tier, like a very, very low D tier, borderline F tier to be honest. Not gonna lie, it is kind of annoying going up against an Iron Man, not specifically because of Iron Man himself, but because my teammates will never, and I mean never, swap to Punisher to take down this fucking Iron Man. Like, seriously, it is so annoying going up against an Iron Man. However, when I have an Iron Man on my team, it's always usually a fun time, because Iron Man mains like to crack jokes, say a whole bunch of funny stuff, even though sometimes they beg for the Hulk power-up. They still like to be incredibly funny, and whenever they get a really good ult, they will say stuff like, Jarvis, clean my pants, Jarvis, clip that, and if you say you haven't done that, you're lying. So, all in all, I'm going to give you guys a B tier. There's always that one point in the match where Jeff manages to get a really good ult, and it is pretty much impossible to avoid it whenever I'm on Sue Storm, which is definitely really annoying. I mean, why in the world did they make it so when Sue jumps, Jeff can still freaking eat her? It's very annoying. But Jeff is just so freaking adorable. I mean, good God, have you seen the video of him singing Rivals to the End? It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like, I would love nothing more than to own a pet Jeff the Landshark. Like, seriously, he's just so freaking adorable. And whenever I get a bad Jeff mate on my team, I never want to yell at them because it'll act like I'm yelling at Jeff. I would never do such a sweet thing to my freaking baby. Seriously, I love Jeff so much, and he is going to get an A tier. Oh my god, this character is so unbelievably annoying. Where do I even begin? Is it his freaking ult that lets him copy all the other broken ultimates in this game? Like, if a Star-Lord's just done ulting and then wipes out a third of my team and then the Loki ults and then comes to finish the freaking job? Is it the fact that he is able to just live forever due to his freaking runes and the fact that he can literally just switch bodies on a daily basis? Is it the fact that outside of these two things, he's pretty much a deadweight and pretty much all, since most support players are incredibly dumb, they just suck ass with him? Oh my god, I pretty much just always groan whenever I get a Loki on my team. He is one of my least favorite characters in this entire game. Just, bro, why? Just why? I don't even fucking care. F tier. You know your character's fucking broken when the entire meta centralizes around how can you, whether or not your character can break through her fucking ultimate. Like, seriously, the whole reason why Groot and Moon Knight were meta last season is because they were the only characters that could break through that stupid fucking ultimate. And not only that, despite the fact that that ult got nerfed, it's still the most broken ult in the entire game. Oh my god, I hate this character. D tier. If I had a dime for every single time a Magic main typed the phrase, "I need healing" in chat, and then proceeded to type the phrase, "You suck, GG's no heals," or say a slur in chat, I would have so much fucking money you have no idea, because this character seems to have one of the worst player bases of all time. Everyone says that it's the Spider-Man mains or the Psylocke mains that constantly go out of your line of sight and feed, but to me, it's the fucking Magic mains that just continue to drop Valorant KDs on my team and then blame everyone but themselves. And when they underperform, they will call you a whole bunch of slurs. Like, I can't even begin to describe how fucking awful you guys are. And also another thing too, it's the Magic one-tricks that always like to tell other people to swap, despite the fact that they won't swap. Like, isn't that just fucking ironic? The Magic main, who's going like 0-11, isn't gonna swap when the enemy team's running Namor Penny, and they're gonna micromanage the team and tell you to swap. Oh my god, I can't even begin to describe how fucking awful you guys are. F tier. There's always that one point in the match where I hear the phrase, "Fear Magneto!" And then I proceed to lose the fight because his rock is able to kill Cloak and Dagger ult for whatever reason. But other than that, this character is not really that annoying. This character is pretty much just reminds me of Sigma and Zarya from Overwatch. Like, I'm not even kidding. This character is literally just a hybrid of those two characters. And thankfully, I actually like both Sigma and Zarya from Overwatch. So therefore, I like Magneto. A tier. Mantis mains are the type of people to look at the stats and say, nah, this is fine, we don't need more healing, and continue to auto-lock this character because Mantis is an insanely broken and overpowered hero and has been since day one. Pretty much everything about Mantis resembles Kiriko from Overwatch. She does an insane amount of damage for a support character, has an insanely broken ultimate, has an insanely broken passive ability that makes you sleep, and all sorts of other stuff. Mantis, more like Mantits. Also, everyone who plays this character has a huge ego for playing such an easy brain-dead character. So yeah, that is why you go in D tier. No skill, no bitches, easy brain-dead hero, D tier. No skill, no bitches, easy brain-dead hero, D tier. Now, I bet you guys that know me think I'm gonna be biased and put Penny in S or A tier, huh? Well, you guys are sadly mistaken. Yes, Penny Parker is my main, and yes, I love playing as Penny Parker. I do think she is fun. However, when I am constantly forced to pick up the slack for a Penny OTP on attack because they insist on playing this character on attack where she's not meant to, it's never usually a fun time for me. Like, they always have horrible nest placements, they always manage to have high deaths, which I don't even know how that's possible. That's so baffling to me because Penny literally has some of the best escape options out of any tank in the game. She literally has a web slinger that she can use to get out of jail that has a 3-second cooldown. Like, they always miss their webs whenever they're trying to stun an enemy. Like, yes, Penny is fun. I love Penny. However, I can never, and I mean never, trust another Penny player to play Penny. Also, you guys are so fucking annoying trying to argue about how old this character is. Like, bro, we all know you're just gooners. Fuck you. D tier. Also, if you use the Venom skin, you get an F tier because, yeah, the context of that skin is Omega Cursed. Now, when it comes to Psylocke, I pretty much consider her to be the try-hard character. If you play this character, you are playing to win. And if you suck with this character but still try to main her, you're a fucking tryhard and you're trying to play one of the most difficult characters in the entire game. And it is very annoying to get them on my team. Also, 90% of you guys are gooners, because, let's face it, we all know why you got that fucking skin. We all know why you got the fucking gooner skin. You disgraceful, disgraceful creatures. You should be ashamed of yourselves. But for the rest of you Psylocke mains, most of you guys are pretty chill for the most part. Your character's ult is kind of annoying and you guys do like to feed. But, I mean, yeah, you do have that try-hard player base, like I said, so I'm gonna be a little nicer and give you guys a C tier, like a really, really high C tier. I want to put you guys higher, but again, you guys are just tryhards. That's all there is to it. For the most part, Punisher is a pretty inoffensive character. Nothing really needs to be said about him. However, he is a hit scan character, and if you play this character, you most likely play Call of Duty, and if you play Call of Duty, yeah, your parents don't love you, so nothing more needs to be said. You guys are going in C tier. Everything that could be possibly said about Rocket mains has really already been said. I go Rocket because he has high healing output. Sue Storm and Luna Snow have more healing than him. I play Rocket because he can do high damage. Sue Storm has better damage output, Luna Snow is hit scan, and Mantis has the ability to make her to damage boost herself. I play Rocket Raccoon because my accuracy is always low. My stats are always high whenever I play Rocket Raccoon, therefore I'm contributing to the team. It's just bullshit stat padding that makes Rocket mains think they're doing better than they actually are. Rocket's low healing output and his terrible ultimate are his biggest cons, and the fact that you mother fluffers insist on playing Rocket Raccoon when the enemy team has triple support and 2 defensibles will never make sense to me. Why in the world are you gonna go Rocket when we don't have a Punisher or a Bucky? It just doesn't make sense to me. It will never make sense to me. Also, whenever a DPS is doing bad, I don't know what it is, but they will always switch to Rocket so that way they don't get flamed. Like, literally, in the footage I showed you, we had a Magic going like 1-7 the first round. He switches to Rocket, and now he's no longer the worst member of the team just because he's on this useless-ass hero. So I'm gonna give Rocket mains a C tier. I gotta be honest, I don't give a shit if you're a Lord or not. Whenever I get a Wanda on my team, I'm pretty much almost always expecting a loss, because for the most part, a Wanda is just a Cloak and Dagger main who is just off-rolling. Really, the only DPS that Cloak and Dagger mains tend to play is Scarlet Witch, because of the fact that they don't have to aim with her. So when the Cloak and Dagger main sees that nothing's dying, they'll just be like, well, I guess I gotta do it myself, and then pick Scarlet Witch. You will never get any healing, and then if you're on DPS and regarding of how well you're doing, you're more than likely gonna have to swap off because you're down a healer, because this fucking stupid bitch wants to play this useless-ass hero. Like, I know Wanda has a pretty huge player base, surprisingly. Like, when that guy made a tier list on season 1.5 and he put Wanda as the worst character in the game, a lot of people got upset about that. But to me, Wanda is so annoying to have on my team because she's such a useless hero. And not only that, it's equally as annoying to go against a Wanda because of how much her range has been buffed. So she's just an annoying dogshit character. D tier. Spider-Man sucks, and most Spider-Man mains aren't good enough to compensate for that. Also, I just want to say, I blame Necros for being such a bad fucking influence to this community, as he is responsible for creating this whole wave of Spider-Man mains, and for being a huge influence to them, which, honestly, I can't entirely blame them because Necros is so sick, and Spider-Man is probably the coolest character in this game. However, when I get a Spider-Man on my team named Spider-Man Console or Little Timmy, it always goes badly for me because they usually go like 1-9, constantly blame the healers, and act like they're all the shit when they're fucking dog shit and they're playing a useless-ass hero and refuse to switch whenever they go up against a Penny or a Namor. However, when I do get a good Spider-Man on my team, it is always such a treat to watch because the good Spider-Man mains are Giga Chads and they always pop the fuck off. And it's really cool to see, and they never blame the team whenever they do bad. So I'm going to go ahead and give Spider-Man a C tier. And again, I want to put him higher, but I can't just because of how bad he is. Now, if this was before the update to Squirrel's ult, I would have ranked this character a lot higher. However, now that this character's ult is the most annoying thing in the world, I wish nothing but pain and suffering for you Squirrel mains. Like, why do you guys think I have a huge fear of squirrels now? Because whenever I see a squirrel, I can just imagine charging at me and completely just stealing my life away. Like, bro, it's so fucking annoying. Also, this character is so brain dead and easy to play. Half of the time, you don't even try to aim at me whenever you kill me. You just bounce off of something and it accidentally kills me. Just like Junkrat from Overwatch. Like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna put you in C tier. If you play Star-Lord, you very, and I mean very rarely get MVP. And when you do, the only reason why you got MVP is because you killed like 4 people with your ult, which is the most brain-dead, broken ult in the entire game besides Luna Snow ult and Sue Storm ult. But seriously, this ult is so freaking good, and it is the only reason why you got MVP. And, well, if you disagree or you're going to be in denial about it, then yeah, you're proving me right. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in C tier just because of that ult. Now, I know I'm technically cheating with this one, but I'm gonna lump both Johnny Storm and Storm together because I have pretty much the exact same opinion of both these heroes. Like seriously, it is some grade A pussy shit when when you see that the enemy team doesn't have any hit scan or snipers, so you decide to play Storm and Johnny Storm because yeah, these two are insanely strong together, and not to mention Storm is an incredibly broken ass hero and has been ever since she got giga buffed in season 1. So yeah, just very annoying to say the least, and of course it is pretty much impossible to avoid both of their ults whenever I'm on Sue. Like, oh my god, it is a nightmare for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you both in D tier because yeah, you're both very annoying. Four mains, with how much you guys like to chase me down to the ends of the earth until I'm all the way back in the spawn room whenever I'm on Sue Storm, I think that you would want to fuck me. Because seriously, I hope whenever I get married that my wife is as committed as you are to chasing me down to the ends of the earth. So yeah, you're going in D tier. Listen, Venom, you're talking big game. I mean, 19 whole inches? God motherfucking damn, son. You better prove me right when we get into bed. No, but seriously, Venom is a pretty sick character, and he is the reason why Spider-Man is sometimes a viable character because he gets that power-up which gives him a combo finisher. So I respect Venom, and I respect Venom players, and that is why you guys get an A tier. Now, Bucky is a very strong hero, and he does have an insanely good ultimate that is, not gonna lie, sometimes very annoying, but I'm willing to let that slide as I still love watching Bucky players pop the fuck off. His ult is so fucking funny. Like, whenever I get killed or whenever my Bucky pops off, I have to type again in chat. Like, it just feels like an obligation. Plus, Bucky does take a lot of skill, unlike someone like Hela. So I commend you, Bucky players, for playing such a cool and skill-based character. So yeah, really no red flags with you. I'm gonna put you in S tier. You Wolverine players give us Penny players a purpose. You are the most meta-relevant character that my character manages to counter, so therefore I commend you for playing this character, so that way I feel like I always have a purpose whenever I play Penny, and that way I can have an excuse to lock this character. Seriously, I always love seeing a Wolverine on my team, going up against a Wolverine, because then my eyes just widen and I feel like a first grader who just got a really cool toy because, yeah, you guys give me a reason to play Penny, and that is why you are A tier. Now, I gotta be honest, I really don't know where to rank you Mr. Fantastic players. I mean, for the most part, Mr. Fantastic, whenever he's in my games, he's always just there and he kind of exists. I mean, he's never really useless because usually the Mr. Fantastic is good enough to compensate for the fact that he's one of the worst characters in the fucking game. But he never really pops off either. Like, whenever I see a Mr. Fantastic MVP, one, I can count the amount of times on my fingers that I've seen that, and two, it's usually a surprise. I'm like, oh, Mr. Fantastic got MVP. Anyways, but yeah, this character just kind of exists for me. Not really offensive, but not really anything cool either. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you an obligatory B tier. Oh, Sue Storm. Now, for this one, I'm gonna rank you guys based off of which skin you use. If you're a guy and you use the Gunner skin, you get a solid F tier for being a fucking weirdo. You disgusting creature. You should be ashamed of yourself for being horny on main and for sexualizing women. How fucking dare you sexualize this gorgeous lady. She is a married woman meant to be cared for and loved. She is not meant to be taken for her sexual desires. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Anyways, if you're a guy and or you're a girl and you don't use the Gunnar skin, then you guys get an S tier because truth be told, Sue Storm is one of my favorite characters in this game. I don't know what it is, just pushing people off the map is funny, and I just have a lot of fun using her. For a while, I didn't really click with any of the supports like I did in Overwatch, but Sue has recently become one of my favorite characters in this game, and I just have a ton of fun using her. So, yeah, I really enjoy this character. Also, I did get a skin for her. However, I didn't get the Gunnar skin. I ended up getting the First Family skin just because I like the color palette. It honestly reminds me a lot of Zero Suit Samus from Metroid, which I don't know why. Maybe it's just the blue and the blonde hair. But yeah, it just reminds me a lot of ZSS, which I just think is kind of funny. But yeah, so if you have the Gunnar skin, you get an F tier. If you don't have the Gunnar skin, you get an S tier. So I'm going to compromise and balance out and give you guys a solid B tier. Here's the thing! Oh my god, that voice line is so fucking annoying. I'm so tired of hearing that joke. Just kidding, I fucking love that joke. Here's the thing! No, but seriously though, here's the thing. Thing mains are so fucking awesome. This character is so cool. I love his voice lines. I love how his kit works. I mean, Thing mains do tend to feed every now and then, but I'm willing to let that slide. So that is why you guys are going to get a B tier. And yeah, that is gonna do it for this video. As you guys can see with this list, I put a lot of characters in the I love you tier and the I dislike you tier. But just to be clear, I do really enjoy Marvel Rivals. I think it's an incredibly fun game. And while yeah, I get tilted every now and then, that doesn't stop me from coming back and having fun. And like I said, if you play any of these characters and I put you in the tier of I don't like you or I loathe you or kill yourself, just know that most likely this does apply to you. I'm kidding. Most likely this doesn't apply to you. This just applies to the randoms I get all the fucking time. The ones who say slurs, the one who feed constantly, the ones who constantly blame the tank and supports regardless of how well they're doing. So yeah, nothing more needs to be said. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My last video did insanely fucking well. It hit over 250 views as of when I'm recording this, and I can't express how thankful I am for that. Seriously, thank you guys so much for giving my channel a ton of attention. I really do appreciate everything you guys have done for me. I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done to help my channel grow. And while, yeah, it's not at the biggest state it could be, it's definitely getting there one step at a time. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening or day whenever you watch this. Toodles!